we're back with Apple Ann. How are you today?
I'm doing really good.
Say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
fabulous place, meeting interesting people, and just fabulous.
You know, I met you earlier today and I feel like your family. And then
Oh,
and
thank
then
you.
I read your book and it's about motherhood, you know, and I was
that's
like,
right.
this is we got to sit down. And so thank you for spending time with me.
Thank you for
Okay,
this surprise.
I'm gonna read. You gave me a flyer earlier that I just want to read from because it captures so much. You've done so much.
Sure.
Apple Ann is a Chinese American author, historian, and cultural memorist, writing under her pen name. She was a professor at Syracuse University from 95 to 2025. Her academic achievements include 24 awards and recognitions and more than 16,500 citations. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Sure.
And she's got 200 plus articles, 3 books in the STEM field: science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Yeah.
Which is it bleeds into this book that we're going to talk about today.
Sure.
And she a founding EIC.
Editor-in-chief.
Yep. Of a prestigious academic journal and historian in 2 academic associations.
Yeah, it's my academic career.
And she's only 22 years old.
Thank you very much. Everybody would love you. See that.
No, we were talking about your book. She's got a lot. I'm just going to show this now. We'll put it on the screen. She's got a lot of books, but the one that she won recently for was an international award for one that talks specifically about motherhood. It's called Mother of Red Mountains.
That's correct.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit? Can you spoil it for us just a little bit?
A little bit. So Red Mountains is the name of the hometown this character was born. And this book actually is largely based on my mom's life, only 20 years of her life.
Okay.
So
in China.
In China from 1946 to 66. So 46, if for those audience, if you know the Chinese history, it was right before the new China was established. And it was still in the middle of the war. And then 66 is the beginning of the Cultural Revolution. So this is basically a book about these 20 years, this young woman who became the star civil engineer who builds dams, bridges, in the middle of nowhere, but became a mother. And then the 2 babies, one was 3, one was 2. And then in-laws were helping to take care of the children when she and her husband worked full-time. But then the Cultural Revolution came. Yeah. And then the in-laws were capitalists. Okay. And those were the bottom of the class classification system they had there, and they were the first target of the Cultural Revolution. So the Red Guards would visit without notification. They would destroy properties. They would beat the in-laws, right? So this young woman decided to the children, this is horrible. So she wanted to move the children away from the in-laws. And then she was very smart. She got the right guards involved to move the children away because there were 2 other brothers still live in the home. And then she's a young, just young woman with 2 babies. What do you do, right? So all of this eventually became the reason. And she got basically abandoned by the in-laws and also mistreated by the in-laws because they hated her. They thought she was betrayal them. Yeah. But she was really just the mother's instinct to protect the babies. And then because the husband was not around a lot, so she became a single mother. And then to take care of the babies, she had to sacrifice her star status as a civil engineer. She just barely worked there, but
she sacrificed her whole
professional life
for her
family, right? So that's basically this book. What's interesting? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you about this because there's a lot of truth in your book. There's a lot of that happened.
Yes,
well, I mean, you talked about the dates. They're real dates.
They are real.
A lot of those actions actually happened.
Yes.
Is this a story that's personal to you? Is it stories that your mom had told your grandma? Like, how did this come together like this?
Sure. So actually, before I wrote this book, I was writing about my childhood. And I remember my first memory ever was 3 years old and witnessing my uncles beating my mom. So it would be her brother-in-laws beating her. This was my very first memory. So I started my book there, but then I realized how much do I really know my mom? Because I heard stories, pieces of stories here and there over the decades, right? And also heard stories from other people and other family members. Then I thought, if you write about one person, you better write about this person's parents first, or understand them better. And I think this is an interesting phenomenon. Like, how much do you understand your parents?
Yeah.
Right? You ask anybody this question, they probably have to think about it because we saw what they did. We never question why they did that. And then you look at them when you were 5 years old or 10 years old versus you look at them when you are 40 years old or 50 years old when you became a parent.
That's a big
It's
difference.
very different.
Yeah.
So I think just by asking a lot of questions, I started to think, I better write about my mom first before I can write about myself, right? Or the stories based on my personal life.
Yeah.
So I started to kind of put puzzles together. It wasn't easy because I have fragmented memories.
Sure. Did you talk to anyone else though?
Well, I talked to my sister. We grew up together, which is, we were the babies in that book, right? And then I also did a lot of research because I'm a historian, through association. So I have my training as academic. So I really trying to put the puzzles together. And then I found it's great. This is a fiction.
Yeah.
Which fiction means you can fictionize it.
Yeah.
As long as it tells the message and then it's not too far from, what reality is, right?
But I find a lot of world leaders now, they reference fiction books because they teach so many lessons.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah.
Teaching lessons. What did you learn? What did people learn? What can we do with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically what this book came up. What's interesting is I had a very strange relationship with my father.
Okay.
So this is another opportunity. I could look at his life, look at what he did and why. And all of these are basically situated in the social political environment. And suddenly things start to make sense now.
Yeah.
But when I was young, that didn't make sense.
It didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So, and then by finishing this book, so I achieved 2 personal achievements. Personal means I was troubled emotionally growing up.
Okay.
With a father absent for 50 years plus, and with a mother, there are good things, bad things, all those things. And I sometimes visit psychologists, counselors.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, it never really goes away.
No, they don't. They don't. And then they sometimes come back. They bite you at unexpected moments. But suddenly I realized, now they make sense. And then I feel like I was cured. So that was one big event for me. The other one was my father. I feel like I could forgive him completely.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I did.
And
And
you
I
did.
think that is another part. I was like, personal counseling, personal growth, and personal curing. And that was unexpected. I didn't expect that.
Well, you put a lot of time and energy into the book.
Yes, it did.
So did it give you a new perspective on everything that was happening?
Yeah, it did. And I think that's another thing I feel like when you write motherhood,
Yeah.
there are uniqueness, but there are also universal meanings.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was able to write this book when I became a mother. I have actually 5 children under my wings, 2 of my own, but the other 3 are kind of just placed under my wings. And becoming a mother, and you look at your mother's life, or in general the motherhood, it's very different. It's a unique perspective.
When you're taking it in and you see it as a mother instead of as a child.
Or as a bypasser, or somebody who didn't have that depth of, that perspective is hard to describe.
Yeah.
You have it, you just have it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, but once you become a mother, it changes you.
It changes tremendously.
And it's not just the mental, it's how you're perceiving
how you perceive everything and the purpose of your life. It's really, I totally understand why my mother would sacrifice her career, which she fighted so hard, which was the first part of the book was talking about how she fighted to get where she fought to get where she was,
Yeah.
because that was the time when women were supposed to have, stay at home, take care of their husband and the in-laws,
Yeah.
where she has this independent job.
Yeah.
And then also women supposed to follow their husband's guidance or orders when she basically have her own wills.
Yeah.
And then to have a position as a civil engineer at that time, that was really not easy.
Yeah.
And to do so, she changed her name twice just to
Really?
kind of fit in, right? But then she threw all of those away because of the motherhood.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be able to understand that so deeply if I wasn't a mother.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I totally got it.
Yeah. I think every mother struggles. And you've put a lot, probably that in the
Yeah.
book.
So, yeah. Mhm.
So there's probably something to learn for a lot of mothers. But the other part to this is looking at it differently, and maybe in a forgiveness lens. Like I can see it now for what it is instead of what I may have thought it was.
Exactly. I think sometimes reflections
Yeah, reflections.
really help not just for historically speaking, we sometimes review history and so on, but reflection help individuals. Like I told you, I feel like I'm personally cured by writing this book.
Right.
So that is a level of reflection. So I think sometimes you need a little bit of distance, like time-wise or location-wise, to be able to reflect deeper. And of course, depends on your, personal status and where you are in life.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. This would be a last question, I promise. The yeah, the reflection that one does. Do you think that that's missing in a lot of mothers until later, whenever they have time to reflect?
Yeah, I think so. I think in my case, it wasn't like I wanted to reflect. It was just like I feel like I had to reflect because of writing this book. And it wasn't like I just want to write this book now. It was like I had to write this book now.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times we all have busy lives. We have other responsibilities.
Yes.
So you don't take our time to reflect. So I think that's when carve out some time. Oh, if something happened in your life, don't just pass it by, or don't just like, okay,
Yeah.
just push it away. Maybe kind of sit down, look at it, and then take it in. Do some reflections,
Yeah.
and big things or small things. I think that's where a lot of learnings happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
So when someone reads your book, do they do you say, hey, when you read your book, then journal? Maybe
Yeah.
compare the story that you're reading to your life?
Yeah. So that's very true. I do journaling myself.
Yeah.
I do every day. I have my own journal books. And
Yeah,
I
it's one of your books, right? You
yeah,
have a
that's
journal
one
book,
of
right?
my
You
one of
do.
my published
Yeah, that's
books.
amazing.
Yeah. I call it one all in one because it's a planning book, journal diary book, it's a to-do list book.
Nice.
It's planning for your next 1 year or 10 years book.
Yeah.
So it has everything yet. So journaling definitely helped because every day, like for me, when I discovered this was I had trouble to sleep at night after some there was period of my time. It was very tense. And I found if I spend just 5 minutes at night,
Yeah.
I journal in my book.
Okay.
It's like I was talking to myself.
Yes.
But in a way, it's a way for you to kind of step back, but also kind of dump everything that bothers you.
Yes.
And then you can go to sleep really nicely. That's what I discovered. It become like kind of drug addiction
Well,
for doing that.
let me, I promise, last question. The last question. Do you think whenever you write it down, maybe with your, do you write with your hands?
With my hands.
Do you think when you write it down, it exits the body and it allows you to like get that rest that you're looking for? Is that,
Yes, that's what I discovered.
you found that?
I found that I actually there's a difference between type and handwriting.
Yeah.
And I teach this kind of stuff. I use psychology to study how to design technologies so that technology work better with human beings, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, so there are studies showing writing with your hand and the typing are very different.
Yes.
They have different effect. And for me, I just happen to like to write in hand, so that works out perfectly. But that movement that forces you to kind of coming down to the ink, to whatever on that page, it has a therapeutic effect. And I think that alone helps you relax. On top of that, you just dumped everything you feel uncomfortable for the day to the paper, and then you go to sleep.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So how often, you say you do it daily.
I do it daily.
How
Yes.
often do you think someone who may be just starting should journal?
Well, that's interesting. If you want to develop a habit, the journal has a tracking function. It helps you to track, what did you do? So over the time, you can see, oh, I did this, I forgot that. But then it helps you to form habit.
I love it.
Normally, a habit takes at least 21 days, depends on, the kind
person,
of
yeah,
habits, right?
yeah.
But so what I do is, if you want, I suggest you do is, if you want to start, don't force yourself. It just maybe set up a clock,
Yeah.
alarm clock, before bed, 5 minutes, you just like doing nothing. But this time I'm supposed to write something. You can doodle. You can like just scratching, drawing.
Yeah.
You can just write a few words, 1 sentence, 10 sentence, up to you. Or you can just, I have on my journal book, I have 2 pages, 2 sections. One is for gratitude. Write down one thing you feel gratitude today.
Yeah.
And then the other section is wish and wants. What do you want?
Yeah.
You want today, you want tomorrow, you want next month, or whatever. You write down 1 sentence per day. But you keep doing this, and eventually it becomes a need. A need is like you have to do it. It's like addiction.
It's you.
But it's a
It's
good
what you
addiction.
do. Yes.
Exactly.
And it's a better thing.
It's
for
a
you.
better thing. Yeah.
So if a mother struggling, which that's not possible for me, but because I could never be a mother.
But you can be a father.
Yes.
Father struggles too.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I can take your new book, your international award-winning book,
Thank you.
your new one, and pair it with your journal, and probably change my life to where I'll have less stress and be able to think, because I'm using actual history and actual story, think about things maybe in a different perspective that'll help me.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And then this book, Mother of Red Mountains, it's my first historical novel. So the one after that is from a little girl's perspective.
Is it you?
It was based on my life.
Oh, I knew it.
Right. So that was from the girl was 3 years old, witnessing the mother was beaten, to 17 years old when she was saying goodbye to everybody to head to Beijing to go to college, the best university in China. So, but this book might be interesting to some of the audience as well.
You gotta keep going with the book.
Yeah, because what happened was this girl, because of the family's political background, and the father was away, but eventually the father and mother got divorced, which in China at the time is it's like, no, you can't do that.
That's
It's
not
taboo there.
acceptable.
And then they were bullied a lot. She and her younger sister bullied a lot. So she's grown up in such harsh environment.
Yeah.
But when she found out her brain or her mind was the strongest weapon she could have, nobody can take away.
Yeah, it's true.
And education was her only hope. So that's when that book itself covers her early struggles and then later on her transformation. So the book is about the coming of age. So she realized she cannot rely on anybody.
Yeah.
And she just have to rely on herself and study hard, work hard, and have a determination. And then she would have a life.
I love that. No one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
And it's in a book.
It's in the book. It's in the book. Yes.
And I love that. All right. How can people find you?
Okay. So my name Apple Ann is my pen name. So if you go to appleannbooks.com, that is my website. And if you go to Amazon, my books are all on Amazon.
Okay.
And anywhere else books are sold, Barnes & Noble and all the other, some of the indie bookstores carry my books as well. So basically Google it, go to Amazon, go somewhere, Goodreads and somewhere, and you can also check on the reviews. They all received very good reviews. And all 3 books received multiple international and national awards.
I saw that. There's a bunch of wreaths around the title.
That's right.
It's so good. It goes with the book title. It's like you wrote it down. It's going to win a lot of awards.
It was a coincidence. It wasn't by design, but I'm glad it worked out.
It looks great like that.
It looks great. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to put all those links in the show notes.
Sure.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today and sharing this. This book is amazing, and I can't wait for people to actually dig in and then pair it with your journal and to change your lives.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, of course. All right, I got to close out the show.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for joining us for another awesome episode. I just want to say thank you for the channel, people following. I want you to check out this book. Absolutely go to the link below. This one will absolutely be a game changer for you, especially if you're a mom or you're going through some struggles. Check it out.
Thank
And
you.
until next time, I'm Atlas Aultman. Good night.